just because you're inspired by a player doesn't mean you want to be exactly like that player. Like we know Kobe had signs of Jordan in him, with his fadeaways and the way he handled himself on the court. You could see a little bit of Jordan in him, and it was okay. Those who hated Kobe at the time, I'm a Suns fan, so I was one of them. I was like, why does he he just looks so much like Jordan? I didn't like it, but it was working for him. In this case, you got Booker and Bryant. I say that the torch has been passed, actually, from Jordan to Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe. Now you have Booker. You're seeing signs of Kobe and Booker. I guess there's a lot of people that don't like that. And quite frankly, honestly, if you're going to compare me to Kobe, I'm going to take that in. Yeah, I'm going to accept that role. Hey, you know me. Again, just because someone is inspired by a player doesn't mean they want to be exactly like the player. Honestly, for me, I was inspired by Kevin Johnson, Charles Barkley. I was even inspired by MJ, and he broke my heart in '93. Who else was I inspired by as far as gameplay in my day? Who else was I inspired by? Gary Payton, his defense. Bruce Bowen, his defense. Who else was I inspired by on the court? I was inspired by so many athletes on the court. Muggsy Bogues, Spud Webb. Shout out to Jay Boogie, a friend of mine who was a Charlotte Hornet fan. He was Muggsy Bogues. I think we called him Little Muggsy at one time. Who else out there that Kool was inspired by when he was coming up hooping? Isaiah Thomas was one. I have a book that I got out of the book fair in elementary school. It was called it was I guess it was a blending of the two athletes. It was a Charles Barkley and Isaiah Thomas book. I think I still have that book somewhere around this house somewhere. The only problem I have is people still comparing me to Kobe Bryant when I told them in the playoffs last season, stop bringing up Mamba mentality. I'm inspired by Kobe Bryant and Mamba mentality, but I am not Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. The biggest thing though is that he said I don't put limits on myself. I don't limit it. That gets lost in this whole banter of is that okay? Is that not okay?
Sure.
No, listen what he said. I don't limit myself. Do you think you could score 70? Yeah, why not? It could have been 80, could have been 90, right? It's that mentality that's very important for the next generation of players to understand. You do not limit yourself.
I feel like that's rare though.
Yes.
On the channel of Kool. Like and share and subscribe.